the eternal question that all business owners ask themselves. How do I make more money while working less hours? Kevin Ware, your Action Business Coach, helping you achieve your business dreams. And this is the eternal question that virtually every business owners ask. I want to make more money. The only way I know to make more money is to work more hours. How do I make more money while working less hours? The answer is simple. The implementation is not. The simple answer to the question is leverage. What is the definition of leverage? The definition of leverage is ever more with ever less. Divide to multiply. So if you think about this ultimately, how do I make more money while working less hours, is you hire employees. And you put a system around those employees to do things you want them to do. And that seems simple, and it is. But there's a lot of layers of complexity that it takes to get to that point. The first thing we have to take a look at on this journey of leverage is to start off with, where am I going in my business? So the very first thing you have to ask yourself to get to the definition of making more money while working less hours is, where do I want to take my business? Where is it going? It's never going to work unless you know what the end point of your business is going to look like. You have to create a destination. So think about this. You are going to exit your business someday. The immortality pill has not been invented, so know that you will exit the business. So what does the business have to look like when you want to leave the business? And it doesn't mean that you're going to get there perfectly, but without a destination, how will you basically take the journey? So what's the date you're going to exit the business? How many employees? How much revenue? How much profit? And if it seems totally out of the realm of possibility for you right now, do it anyway. Put it down. Here's the thing, is we always take a look in the terms of 1 year, 2 years, and think there's no way I can do that. And yet we always underestimate what we can do in 10, 15 years. If you're a 40-year-old business owner right now, you've probably got a good 25 years left in the tank, at least, unless you want to retire early. And so you just accelerate the process. So you need to know where you're going. You need to figure out that point. Now, the next thing we have to take a look at is, okay, how am I going to basically financially afford that destination? What's my financial future going to look like? How do I get my money to actually work? Do I know what my break even is? Do I use a budget? Do I know what my cash flow is? So many business dreams die because of lack of money. And so you have to go in there and say, okay, how much am I going to need to make to afford these employees? And what will the employees do and accomplish in order to continue to add more employees? A lot of it's basic financial math, but if we are not doing the math, how can we get from point A to point B? Then we also have to take a look at how well are we delivering our services. Because you right now, as a small business owner, do an outstanding job probably at delivering your services or products. But here's the thing, is once you start adding employees on, they need to learn how to deliver services because they're not you. So you have to write systems and processes down in order for them to develop, to be able to deliver the same way that you typically deliver. And then finally, we have to take a look at how well you use time. What are you doing to master the most important things to do in order to get the biggest results? Here's the thing, if you're a small business owner and all you do is basically grunt work and putting out fires, then guess what? You're never going to get anywhere. I've heard this said many times that saving a wage costs you a fortune. And so you have to understand that you doing all the work is what I call the crack cocaine of business. It's great, your profits are really high right now, but you get addicted to it and you can never let it go. So you have to basically at some point accept the notion that you will make less profit at a point in order to add employees to basically get you out of producing everything yourself. And I've heard this before, well, Kevin, my profit margin when I do everything is 75%. And if I have an employee do it, over time it's only going to be 10%. Yeah, probably true. If your business does $100,000 revenue a year and you basically have a profit of $50,000, that's a 50% margin. Woohoo! But that's $50,000. What if you have $1 million business and your profit margin is 10%? That's $100,000 instead of $50,000. See, we forget what the math of growth looks like. You're going to have a lower profit percentage, but ultimately you're going to have a higher dollar profit. So we have to take a look at your destination. We have to take a look at your money management. We have to take a look at how well you're delivering services. And then we have to take a look at your time usage and are you investing time properly in the business. Once we have those 4 things in place, the next process is, okay, what kind of marketing am I going to do to get enough business for these employees to basically be worth it? And that's a process where you have to test and measure and constantly refine that over time. Here's the thing about marketing, a little secret. What worked yesterday won't work today, and what works today probably won't work tomorrow. But if you don't test and measure and figure out what's working, what's not working, you could just be doing stuff that worked 10 years ago, and now it doesn't work, and you scratch your head going, what the heck happened? That's because marketing is ever changing. Think about this. 20 years ago, we would throw an ad in the newspaper, and it worked brilliantly. How many newspaper ads work today? Well, that's pretty much close to zero. Or even worse, how about Yellow Pages? When I first started coaching in 2002, Yellow Pages were the place to be. Do you know how many clients I have in the Yellow Pages right now? Yeah, that's right, zero. So you have to start looking at being on the cutting edge of marketing. What's working, what's not working. Test this out, test that out, because then you're going to be able to bring enough business in to afford the leverage. The leverage is hiring employees, getting somebody else to do the marketing for you instead of you doing your own marketing. Putting systems in place so that people know how to do things instead of things just in your head. And then finally, you might have to go get leverage through cash. You might have to go to the bank, i.e. other people's money, or your own retained earnings, because remember, the purpose of profit is reinvestment. So here's the thing is that at some point in time, you're going to have to take a risk as a business owner to hire people and develop systems and processes to grow your business so that you can still ultimately make more money and work less hours. So yes, I know it's simple. Hire people. The thing is there's multi-layers of doing it properly to achieve your business dream. So let me ask you, a business owner, do you want to make more money and work less hours? I can help you with that, but you have to be open to taking a chance in your business. Too many times I've seen business owners who want to play it safe. I had a friend one time say he would never hire an employee because it was just too risky. Well, come to find out, about 20 years later, he was basically a construction company, one-man construction company. He hurt himself, and he had to close his business down. And unfortunately, he didn't have enough retirement to support him, and he's not doing all that good financially from what I understand. So you have to take a risk. So if you're willing to take a look and ask myself, what do I need to do? Talk to me. I can guide you through a process so that you can make more money and work less hours at the same time. Look forward to talking to you. I want to help you achieve your business dreams.